So, if you have the baddest man alive in Brian Cage, why are you throwing in the towel for him? Can somebody please explain this to me? What's up, maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac if you will, and today we are talking about AEW Fight for the Fallen. This is like a continuation of the pay-per-view level matches, or shows should I say, that AEW have been giving us straight after 2 weeks of Fyter Fest, and we finally got the AEW World Championship match that we have been waiting for so long. Jon Moxley versus Brian Cage. I wasn't too happy with it, and I've got a couple things to say on it, so stay tuned. Right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything WWE and AEW, so if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell too, so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into the review. So, like I said in the intro, I'm a bit fired up today. I've got some things to say. I am not happy at all with how AEW are dealing with their main event scene. This isn't something new. If you've been following my channel, my Instagram, I have been saying this for the best part of maybe 3 months now. I'm just not convinced that they know what to do with the top stars and the top players in the company. Let's not all lie. We all love Jon Moxley, but his title run has been a bit meh, like it's just been a bit flat. It's not really offered us anything. Like, he likes destruction, he likes chaos, yeah, we get it, but delivering a real main event level match, I haven't seen it. Maybe it's the opponents he's been put up against, I don't know, but I just haven't seen it as of yet. And then they bring in this monster Brian Cage to take on Jon Moxley. Now, we know the run up to this match has been a bit botched because of quarantine and isolation issues around Jon Moxley and his wife. Last week I wasn't happy when they brought this FTW title into play. I didn't think that Brian Cage was going to win at Fight for the Fallen, and spoiler alert, he didn't win. We'll get into that in a bit. And then of course he will still have this championship that he's walking around with, making him look like a champion, although he didn't win a match to become a champion. Taz said last week when he was reintroducing the FTW championship that this championship is for the baddest men, the baddest guys alive. They are the ones that carry the FTW championship. Cool. Alright, fine. I can stomach that, I can eat it. I've got over it. It's a week later. So if you have the baddest man alive in Brian Cage, why are you throwing in the towel for him? Can somebody please explain this to me? Because I wouldn't expect the baddest guy in the planet have someone quit for him. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Are you guys understanding where I'm going? You've just crowned this man a week ago the baddest man on the planet with this FTW championship, and now you're throwing in the towel. And I know next week Taz is probably gonna come on some preservation, I was looking after him, you know, he's got bigger fish to fry. It's like, come on. I was expecting him to have a dominant display over Jon Moxley, and Jon Moxley somehow wins with just a quick roll up and gets away. And then if you had brought in the FTW championship next week, you say, well, Brian Cage deserves this, so I'm crowning him FTW champion. This whole thing makes more sense immediately. But you've given this guy the FTW championship before the title match. You then throw in the towel for him in the title match, and he doesn't even put on a dominant display in the title match, yet he's the baddest man on the planet. Like I said, guys, I don't want to dwell on this too much, but I'm just not happy how they are handling this main event scene. Jon Moxley is still the world champion, and it is just a case of where do we go from here? Who is going to take it off him? I think they need somebody to take it off him. He's probably more of a better challenger and chaser of the title than an actual champion. Like I said before, we have seen this in his WWE run as well when he was world champion. It just didn't really set itself alight, so maybe we do need a change at the top of the card. To open the show, we had the TNT championship on the line, Cody versus Sonny Kiss. We saw a lot of controversy on the net over the past week in terms of Sonny Kiss being the challenger, but he put on a really good show. Even his entrance was pretty much a lot for the occasion, but he might not get another chance, so I think it was really fitting. For all of those that are really watching, you are seeing a slow burn Cody heel turn. I'm telling you, it's coming, and that will probably initiate the beginning of the Four Horsemen faction that is rumored at the moment. Cody defended the championship here, and next week he will be defending the TNT championship again, but they don't know who the competitor is. For those that don't know, July 18th is the day where WWE releases can start showing up in other promotions and start wrestling again. So by the time we get Dynamite next week, July 18th will have passed. So I'm guessing that we are going to see a WWE star challenge for the TNT Championship next week. My bet is Zack Ryder. I don't know who you guys think. Please put your comments down below. FTR defeated Lucha Bros in what was a brilliant match. I'm seeing FTR do some new stuff, adding some new moves to their artillery, stuff we never saw them do in WWE. And this slight change to their moveset and packaging has just worked wonders for them. The Lucha Bros as good as always. And the finish saw Dax Harwood rip off the mask of Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix so concerned with covering his face. Dax Harwood rolled him up and got the win. So the next segment contains Le Champion, but before we get there, guys, if you are enjoying this review, give me a thumbs up. Please like this video. It allows more people to see it and I thoroughly appreciate it. Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle took to the ring where he told us he is the demo god. That is the demographic god, because he is dominating the 18 to 34-year-old demographic that all the TV advertisers care about. This stuff I don't care about. I don't care about the ratings war. I'm just happy to have wrestling on TV at all times. So many options to watch. The demographic stuff doesn't really get to me. I don't care about the ratings. But this was Chris Jericho doing what he does, and I think this is his next little thing he's gonna run with, the demo god. In this segment, he also went on to say he is not giving Orange Cassidy a rematch from their match at Fyter Fest. He gave Orange Cassidy his props, said he was a terrific competitor, but he said he's not gonna beat Chris Jericho, so no rematch. Orange Cassidy came out of the crowd. For once, he put his thumb up, gave us a thumbs down, and orange juice came out pouring from the sky on top of Inner Circle in the ring. Thoroughly humiliated. Chris Jericho's $7,000 jacket ruined completely by orange juice. And then he took to commentary to tell us more about it, whilst Taz left commentary to go and get ready for the World Championship match. We then had some 6-man tag action. The Elite, Young Bucks and Kenny Omega took on Jurassic Express in what was probably, for me, match of the night. Such an entertaining match. Marco Stunt put on a really good performance. Jungle Boy's been brilliant in recent weeks, so has Luchasaurus. And of course, the Elite, Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. They are who they are. There's little more we can say about them. They are just brilliant in the ring. A really entertaining match. Marco Stunt done a crazy destroyer, standing on Luchasaurus's shoulders, off from outside the ring into the ring. I can't describe it. Go and watch it. It was just absolutely brilliant. But in the end, Kenny Omega picked up the win with a one-winged angel on Marco Stunt and pinned him for the 1-2-3, and then continued a little beatdown after the bell had went. Is this a possible Kenny Omega heel turn coming? You guys put down below in the comments what you think. We had a women's tag team match. Brandi, Rhodes and Ali took on Kenzie Page and MJ Jenkins. I haven't been watching much of Dark, but I do know that the Nightmare Sisters are on a bit of a roll, despite them still not seeing, complete eye to eye. And same again in here in this match. They did pick up the win despite their differences. In a segment where Nyla Rose came to the ring to tease further who her manager is going to be, she said she wasn't going to tell us who it was going to be, but the manager will let themselves be known. And out comes who I guess was the bookie's favourite, Vicky Guerrero. Vicky Guerrero is back making noise on my TV screen. Vicky Guerrero is very good at what she does. She's a wind-up merchant, let's be honest. She's there to be hated and to be annoying, and she's very good at it. And we are going to get more of this now as she is Nyla Rose's manager. So when I spoke about the main event match, the World Championship match at the beginning of the show, the one thing I didn't mention was a return. We got Darby Allin back in when it looked like Brian Cage was about to keep laying the beating on Jon Moxley. Lights went out, came back on. Darby Allin was on the top rope with his skateboard and came down to attack Brian Cage. If you remember back to Double or Nothing, the casino ladder match, Brian Cage actually injured Darby Allin in that match, so it looks like Darby Allin has come to get his revenge and will probably be Brian Cage's next opponent. So that is my AEW Fight for the Fallen review. A lot of good stuff happening on the undercard and in the middle of the show. Like I said, you guys know my feelings on the main event scene and just how they're handling this whole FTW championship. Like, I just feel like it's just messed things up completely. It's not doing anything for anyone in my opinion, and the finish to the world title match that we've waited so long for was just really underwhelming. For someone you just called the baddest man on the planet and gave him a championship, you then had to throw in the towel for him. I can't wait to see what they're going to spin it as next week. It's going to be somewhat interesting to see, so we'll tune into Dynamite next week and see where we go from there. Guys, if you enjoyed this review, make sure you give me a thumbs up, give us a like, it's thoroughly appreciated. And if you're new here, welcome. I do WWE and AEW reviews, so if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.